6. Lucky numbers most likely to win millions on Sunday, April 27, 2025. What if 6 simple numbers could open the door to unexpected fortune this Sunday, April 27, 2025? Sounds too good to be true, but these numbers aren't random. They're chosen through a mix of Buddhist wisdom, astrology, numerology, and insights from mystics like Nostradamus and Vanga. Welcome to the journey of wisdom. Today we reveal 6 lucky numbers that carry powerful energy to shift your path toward abundance. The final number is especially potent, and yes, there's a bonus number at the end to boost your fortune even more. Before we begin, hit like, subscribe, and drop a positive affirmation in the comments. Something like, "Abundance is finding me now." Let's align and dive in. 1. Number 35, the Harmonizer. Number 35 isn't just a lucky number whispered in the wind of chance, but a powerful symbol of inner and outer transformation. In the shifting landscape of 2025, it emerges as a guiding force for those who wish not only to endure change, but to lead it with wisdom and heart. In numerology, 35 marries the creative spark of 3 with the adventurous freedom of 5, creating a dynamic synergy of movement and meaning. It's a number that doesn't just mark transition, but energizes it with clarity and soulful direction. As planetary alignments stir the cosmic stage, 35 becomes more than digits. It's a call to those prepared to evolve intentionally, with both feet on the ground and eyes on the horizon. This number isn't about chaos, it's about deliberate, mindful adaptation. Like the teachings of the Buddha, who said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life." The essence of 35 invites us to ignite our inner fire, not with fear, but with faith in the path ahead. Baba Vanga and Nostradamus alike recognized 35 as a turning point when humanity would be asked to choose wisdom over reaction, growth over resistance, spirit over fear. It holds a frequency of change that is grounded, intelligent, and infused with compassion. This makes it incredibly relevant in our modern lives, where many of us juggle uncertainty, personal reinvention, and the pursuit of deeper purpose. 35 reminds us that we don't need to abandon our roots to grow, rather we must extend from them with conscious courage. In today's world, where the pace is relentless and change often feels like a storm, this number offers a shelter and a spark encouraging us to take bold yet wise steps, fueled by curiosity but anchored in values. Like the Zen saying goes, "Let go or be dragged," and 35 teaches us how to let go with grace and to rebuild with intention. As we approach Sunday, April 27th, 2025, this is more than a date, it's a doorway. And whether it brings a windfall or a whisper, 35 tells you this is your moment to harmonize, to shape your life with both vision and integrity. Not merely to survive the future, but to step into it as an active, awakened participant, ready, capable, and deeply connected to your own truth. 2. Number 26. The Integrator. Let's talk about the number 26. Not just as a number you might pick in a lottery, but as a powerful symbol that invites you to see life differently. If you've been searching for a sign or a sense of direction as we approach Sunday, April 27th, 2025, number 26 could be the one whispering, "It's time to align your ambition with your soul." This isn't just about chasing success, it's about embodying it through balance, intention, and growth. In numerology, 26 blends the steady, cooperative nature of 2 with the nurturing harmony of 6, creating a vibration that supports persistence, fueled by emotional intelligence. It's no surprise that mystics like Nostradamus saw 26 as a number tied to critical turning points, moments when humanity must face its dualities with both bravery and compassion. Baba Vanga believed it was a portal for karmic realignment, a sacred window where real transformation can happen if we approach life with purpose and heart. Let's bring it down to earth for a moment. Think of someone who spent years climbing the ladder of success, only to find emptiness at the top, until they began giving back, mentoring others, or healing relationships they had neglected along the way. That's the energy of 26. It reminds us that the highest achievements are those rooted in kindness, wholeness, and service. So, as April unfolds, ask yourself, what are you building and for whom? Is your pursuit of success feeding your ego or feeding your soul? Are your goals making the world a little better for someone else? The number 26 invites us to reflect, but not to dwell. It asks us to see every ending as the start of a wiser beginning. It's about learning from the past, not with regret, but with reverence. Because every step, even the missteps, brought you to the wisdom you hold now. Let 26 be your reminder that real success isn't just reaching the destination. It's how you walk the path. It's how you show up, how you love, how you grow. This week, let your actions reflect the heart behind your dreams. Whether you win millions or simply win a moment of inner peace, let that be your true reward. The lesson of 26? True fulfillment is born when inner clarity meets outer action. Grow with grace, serve with strength, and let your journey shine not just for you, but for the world around you. 3. Number 4. The Builder. Let's take a moment together to explore the deeper meaning of the number 4, often called the Builder, a symbol of quiet strength, discipline, and a patient path to real success. When you think about the number 4, imagine not just a digit, but a deep, grounding force, one that invites you to create a life rooted in purpose, order, and stability. This number isn't about quick wins or flashy moments. It's about showing up day after day and laying the foundation for something lasting. In numerology, 4 is known for its connection to structure and dependability, reminding us that dreams don't grow overnight. They're built brick by brick, breath by breath. It's like the Buddha once said, "A jug fills drop by drop." The energy of 4 encourages us to slow down and align with the rhythm of real progress, the kind that may not always be visible, but always moves us forward. In astrology, 4 aligns with Saturn, the planet of responsibility and long-term vision, guiding us to honor commitments, stick to routines, and trust the process, even when the road feels long. Spiritually, this number connects to the 4 elements: earth, water, fire, and air, symbolizing a beautiful balance and harmony with the natural world. This balance is something we all crave in a fast-moving world, isn't it? Have you recently felt the need to return to your roots, to simplify, or to bring more focus into your daily life? That's the energy of 4 calling you back to center. Personally, I see this number as a quiet teacher, one that whispers, "You're doing enough. Keep going." This month, as we approach Sunday, April 27th, 2025, let number 4 be a companion on your journey. Reflect on where you can bring more structure into your life, not as a limitation, but as a support for your dreams to stand tall. Ask yourself, what am I building that will still matter a year from now? And how can I bring patience and care to every step I take? Because sometimes the strongest moves aren't loud. They're the ones you make when no one's watching, trusting that in time, your effort will bloom. As Thich Nhat Hanh said, smile, breathe, and go slowly. That's the wisdom of 4. Are you ready to let it guide you? You're not here by accident. Luck brought you to the right place at the right time. As you watch these powerful picks for April 27th, 2025, comment Millionaire Mindset to open the door to new possibilities. Stay tuned till the end. Your winning combination might just be waiting there. 4. Number 3. The Creative Communicator. Let's take a deeper look at the magnetic energy of number 3. Often called the Creative Communicator, this number carries a vibrant, uplifting force that resonates deeply with those seeking to express their truest selves and bring more color, connection, and meaning into everyday life. Number 3 is not just a symbol of artistic talent or joyful expression. It is the heartbeat of inspiration and the courage to speak, create, and live from the core of who you are. It calls on you to embrace your quirks, to speak your truth with clarity and confidence, and to take bold action on ideas that excite your soul. Especially as we approach Sunday, April 27th, 2025, this number becomes more than just a symbol. It becomes a guidepost for living with intention and heart. Whether you're navigating career changes, deepening your relationships, or rediscovering passions that once lit you up, 3 brings the powerful reminder that joy isn't found in perfection. It's found in presence. Drawing from the wisdom of Jupiter, the astrological planet of growth and expansive vision, this number gives your dreams wings and reminds you that laughter, learning, and connection are vital parts of your path to fulfillment. But don't mistake its playfulness for frivolity. 3 is deeply rooted in spiritual wholeness, reflecting the sacred trinity of mind, body, and spirit. When these 3 elements move in harmony, your life begins to flow more freely, your energy becomes magnetic, and your intentions naturally align with the opportunities around you. So, as April unfolds, let this number be your ally. Allow your inner artist to emerge, even in small, everyday ways. Whether it's how you solve a problem at work, the warmth you bring to a conversation, or the creative twist you add to your daily routine. This is a moment to trust that joy has power, that being yourself isn't just enough, it's everything. As you lean into the expressive spirit of 3, you'll find that life becomes not just something to manage, but something to celebrate. Let that energy lead you forward. 5. Number 11. The Master Teacher. Let's talk about the number 11. Not just as a number, but as a powerful spiritual ally. Known as the Master Teacher, 11 is more than just digits on a page. It's a gentle but persistent call to rise, to evolve, and to become more in tune with your highest self. Across many spiritual traditions, 11 is seen as a sacred bridge between the visible and invisible worlds, a symbol of harmony between the material and the mystical. It doesn't simply ask you to grow, it guides you toward growth, like a compass that always points to truth. This number appears in moments when you're seeking clarity, courage, or a quiet confirmation that the path you're walking, however uncertain, is still the right one. Think of it as a whisper from the universe, reminding you you're not alone and every step you take matters. So as we move into Sunday, April 27th, 2025, let the energy of 11 awaken your intuition, spark your creativity, and offer insight that lights up your deeper purpose. What might shift in your life if you fully believed that the universe was guiding you, not testing you? There's a timeless story from the Buddhist tradition that brings this truth to life. One day, a monk asked the Buddha, "How can I know I'm on the right path when I feel so lost?" The Buddha replied, "Just as the moon moves through the clouds yet is never harmed, so too must you keep walking, even if you cannot always see the light." This story reminds us that clarity doesn't always come from answers. It often comes from trust. Trust in the path, even when it's covered in clouds. And 11, in many ways, is like that moon. It shows up to remind you to follow your inner light, even when life feels uncertain. So today I invite you to pause and reflect. In what parts of your life are you being nudged toward greater awareness? What message might the number 11 be gently offering you right now? Let this be your reminder to listen more deeply, move with greater intention, and honor the wisdom that is already unfolding within you. The true power of 11 isn't just about luck, it's about alignment. Alignment with your truth, your path, and the quiet rhythm of the universe. And when you walk in that kind of alignment, you don't just hope to become a winner, you realize you already are. 6. Number 7, the Seeker. Let's talk about the energy of the number 7, not just as a number, but as a companion on your personal journey this April. You see, 7 isn't loud. It doesn't crash into your life with chaos or demand your attention through drama. Instead, it arrives like a quiet breeze at sunrise, asking you gently, "Are you ready to go deeper?" In numerology, 7 is known as the Seeker, a number that draws you inward, away from noise and toward truth. It whispers of introspection, of wisdom, of that still voice inside you that's so often drowned out by the rush of everyday life. Can you feel that tug, that gentle call to pause, reflect, and ask yourself what really matters? This is not the month to chase surface-level wins or external validation. 7 invites you into the sacred space of stillness, where your intuition sharpens, where your soul gets a moment to breathe. It's the number of spiritual growth, of peeling back the layers until you uncover something raw, real, and beautifully honest within yourself. From ancient Buddhist teachings to mystical traditions across the world, the number 7 has always been seen as sacred, a bridge between the earthly and the divine. Astrologically tied to Neptune, the planet of dreams and spiritual awakening, this energy is guiding you now, softly but powerfully, toward something deeper than material success. What would it look like to let go of the noise and simply listen? Where could that silence lead you? 7 doesn't give you all the answers. It helps you uncover them for yourself. So ask yourself, what is your spirit really searching for? What truth are you ready to face? And as you walk with the wisdom of 7 this week, hold space for authenticity, for clarity, and for a purpose that truly aligns with your heart. Now, with this new clarity blooming inside you, we're about to step into something even more electric. Number 11, the Master Teacher. Thank you for tuning in to today's video on the 6 lucky numbers most likely to win millions on Sunday, April 27th, 2025. We're so glad to have you with us. If you're new here, feel free to drop a comment saying, "I believe in luck." Or if you've been with us for a while, type, "Luck follows me." Your engagement truly inspires us to keep sharing content that brings a little excitement and possibility into your day. Ready to see where luck takes us next? Let's keep moving forward together. The truth about money, the right way to get rich. In a world that often equates wealth with speed, status, and relentless hustle, the idea of earning money with integrity might seem outdated or even naive. But if you've ever hit a point in life where you paused and asked yourself, is all of this really worth it? Then you already understand the deeper value of this conversation. Whether you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, or even beyond, this moment could be your turning point, a chance to redefine what success means, not just in dollars, but in dignity. Earning with integrity isn't about rejecting ambition. It's about choosing a path that builds both your bank account and your soul. As the Buddha taught in the principle of right livelihood, the way you earn your living should never harm others, and ideally it should uplift. This isn't just spiritual wisdom, it's practical, powerful, and necessary in a world that's hungry for meaning. So, as you continue your journey toward lasting wealth, let's start with the foundation that no amount of money can buy: your values. Because when your work is in alignment with who you are, peace follows. And that in itself is a kind of richness the world can never take away. Number 1. Earn with integrity. In today's world, where wealth is often chased without pause, the idea of earning with integrity is both a radical and healing concept. Rooted in the Buddha's teaching of right livelihood, it encourages us to earn a living in a way that causes no harm and brings genuine benefit to others. This teaching is not just spiritual advice, it is deeply practical, especially for those between 30 and 65 who may be reassessing the meaning of success after years of work. The question to constantly ask is how I earn my money aligned with who I truly am? When your work aligns with your values, there is a sense of peace that no paycheck alone can offer. Consider the difference between someone who earns through manipulation or harm and someone who creates value, solves problems, or supports others. The latter may take longer to build wealth, but it is sustainable, honorable, and deeply satisfying. The Dhammapada says, "The scent of virtue travels even against the wind. The scent of the good man travels far and wide." In other words, when your actions are honest and your intentions are clear, success finds you. Not only financial success, but the inner success of peace and purpose. As many people in this age group are in a phase of transition, perhaps switching careers, starting a business, or even approaching retirement, this is the perfect moment to realign with work that feels meaningful. There's a powerful metaphor often shared in Zen teachings. Don't climb the ladder of success only to realize it was leaning against the wrong wall. How many of us have spent decades climbing only to feel empty when we reach the top? Earning with integrity means asking whether your ladder is placed on something that truly matters. Are you building a legacy or just collecting numbers in a bank account? In modern life, this might look like refusing to cut ethical corners at work, choosing to work for a mission-driven company, or even starting a side project that reflects your heart's values. The world doesn't just need more millionaires. It needs more people who are wealthy in character, who uplift others, and who understand that money is a tool, not the goal. And let's be honest, integrity doesn't mean you have to stay poor. It means you're creating wealth in a way that feels right. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu said, "If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading." This is a quiet warning and a call to reflect. If your current way of making money compromises your health, your relationships, or your peace of mind, where is it really taking you? It's possible to be both prosperous and principled, but it requires courage, patience, and clarity. In today's gig economy, it's tempting to follow the fastest dollar, But a rushed fortune often brings rushed consequences. Think long-term, think holistically. When you commit to earning with integrity, you're investing not just in your financial future, but in your spiritual and emotional well-being. So if you're reflecting on your work life, whether you're employed, self-employed, or somewhere in between, pause and look deeply. Does your work leave you proud at the end of the day? Are you creating value for others, not just extracting it for yourself? As Buddha taught, just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, even so the wise are not affected by praise or blame. When you earn through right means, you remain grounded, regardless of market changes or outside opinion. In a noisy world obsessed with status, right livelihood brings you home to what really matters: peace, purpose, and the quiet joy of knowing your success lifts not just you, but everyone around you. V. Number 2. Spend with mindfulness. In today's world, we're surrounded by messages that tell us more is better. Ads promise happiness in a new car, joy in the latest phone, or confidence in a designer outfit. But if you take a moment to breathe and really think about it, are these things truly adding peace or joy to your life? Or are they just filling a space that never stays full for long? The Buddha didn't teach that money itself is bad or that owning things is wrong. What he did teach is something far more powerful: freedom from attachment. It's not about giving up everything you have. It's about not letting those things have you. There's a quiet kind of strength in living simply, not in poverty or lack, but in choosing not to be ruled by the constant pull of desire. When you spend with mindfulness, you're no longer reacting to every impulse or external pressure. You're acting with intention, with clarity, and most importantly, with peace in your heart. So before you spend your money, whether it's on something small like a coffee or something big like a new gadget, pause, really pause. Ask yourself, will this truly add peace or joy to my life? If the answer comes from a deep place of calm and truth, not anxiety or fear of missing out, then maybe it's worth it. But if the answer is uncertain, or you feel it's driven by stress, comparison, or momentary emptiness, let that be your signal to step back. The freedom you're really seeking might not be in the object, but in your ability to walk away from it. Think about this. How many times have you bought something out of excitement or stress, only to forget about it days later? How many things in your home bring you true joy versus just taking up space? Living this way doesn't mean becoming a minimalist overnight. It means beginning to listen to what truly nourishes your heart. It means aligning your spending with your values. Things like health, growth, connection, or creativity. Money can absolutely be a tool for good when used wisely. It can help you support your family, invest in your dreams, and give back to your community. But it can also become a trap if you're constantly chasing something to fill a void. So the real richness lies not in what you have, but in how clearly you see what you actually need and what you don't. Let's reflect together. What would your life look like if you only spent on what truly added meaning? How much energy and mental clutter would clear if you weren't caught up in the cycle of buying, comparing, and wanting more? What kind of inner peace could grow if your choices were led by awareness rather than impulse? This isn't just about money, it's about life. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in and the kind of person you want to be. When you spend with mindfulness, you become the author of your own story, instead of a character swept along by the noise of the world. The takeaway is simple but powerful. Mindful spending isn't about restriction, It's about liberation. It frees your time, your energy, and your spirit. It helps you live in alignment with what truly matters. And in that simplicity, you'll find not less, but more. More peace, more clarity, more purpose. Choose to spend with intention, and you'll be investing in the kind of wealth that no money can ever buy: inner freedom. Number 3. Save and share. You know, when most people think about getting rich, the first thing that comes to mind is usually earning more, working harder, chasing promotions, launching businesses. And yes, income matters. But if you truly want to walk the path of lasting wealth, the kind that brings not just financial freedom but peace of mind, then earning is just one part of the journey. The real transformation happens in how you save and how you share. These two things are often overlooked, but they carry profound power. Saving wisely is a form of self-respect. It says, I care about my future, I value what I've worked for. It doesn't mean living in fear or hoarding, but being mindful, choosing simplicity over excess, and understanding that contentment doesn't come from owning more, but from needing less. Think about it. How often do we spend to impress people who aren't even paying attention? And at the end of the day, does that kind of spending actually make us feel richer inside or emptier? Now, on the other side of that same coin is giving. Giving isn't just a noble act. It's a doorway to deep joy. It dissolves the ego, that voice in us that always wants more, always feels like it's lacking something. When we give, whether it's money, time, attention, or kindness, we break the illusion of separation. We begin to remember we're not alone in this life. We're part of something greater. The Buddha said it beautifully. If you knew what I know about the power of giving, you would not let a single meal pass without sharing it. That quote always stops me in my tracks. It speaks to a wisdom that runs deeper than numbers in a bank account. It's about wealth of the heart. Because in truth, the richest people are not the ones who keep the most, but the ones who give the most with joy. And here's something worth asking yourself. When was the last time you gave something freely, without expecting anything in return, and felt that warmth in your chest, that subtle smile rising in your heart? That moment. That's real wealth. That's the kind of richness no market crash can touch. I remember once meeting a man who didn't have much by society's standards. His clothes were simple, his car was old, his home modest. But he gave generously to his community, helped his neighbors without ever being asked, and was always the first to share a meal. And you could feel it, the peace around him, the lightness. He had no need to prove anything because he already felt full. So maybe the real question isn't how can I get richer, but how can I become more whole? How can I create a relationship with money that supports my values, not replaces them? How can I turn my earnings into blessings for myself and for others? There's a beautiful Zen teaching that says, a person who is not greedy is like the sky, open, vast, and free. That kind of freedom doesn't come from clinging, it comes from releasing. So today I invite you to reflect. What does wealth really mean to you? What are you saving for? And what are you willing to share? Maybe it's time to redefine riches, not as what you accumulate, but as what you're able to give with a full and open heart. Number 4. Detach even as you grow. In our pursuit of financial success, it's easy to let money become more than a tool. It starts to shape our self-worth, our identity, and even how we see others. But the deeper truth is, while there's nothing wrong with wanting to grow, improve your lifestyle, or build wealth, It's important to remember that your value as a person isn't tied to your bank account. This is where the Buddhist concept of detachment offers profound wisdom. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring, or that you give up your goals. It means you're no longer emotionally chained to outcomes. You work hard, you grow, you invest, but you don't let the highs inflate your ego or the lows define your self-esteem. Think of the lotus flower. It rises through thick, muddy waters, yet emerges clean and pure. You too can rise through the challenges and temptations of material life, growing toward your goals, while remaining inwardly free from the need to be seen as successful. In today's world, where social media constantly bombards us with curated images of luxury, vacations and success, it's more important than ever to develop this kind of inner clarity. Money is not inherently bad, but becoming obsessed with it can quietly erode our peace. When we begin to measure everything, our happiness, our status, our self-worth by financial metrics, we become like a leaf tossed by the wind, constantly needing more, never arriving at contentment. True richness begins with a grounded mind. By detaching, we stop asking money to fill emotional voids it was never meant to fill. We stop using money as a scoreboard in the game of life, and instead we start using it as a resource to create meaningful experiences, to help others, and to secure freedom, not just financial freedom, but emotional and spiritual freedom as well. This doesn't mean giving up ambition. In fact, healthy ambition flourishes best when it's not weighed down by ego or fear. When you're no longer trying to prove your worth through your income or lifestyle, you can actually take smarter risks, make clearer decisions, and enjoy the journey rather than constantly chasing the next milestone. Many people reach financial goals only to find they're still restless or unhappy because their identity was so tied to getting rich that they never paused to ask what true wealth means for them. Detaching allows us to redefine success on our own terms. It might mean financial security, yes, but it might also mean more time with family, freedom to travel, or the ability to support causes close to your heart. So if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s or beyond, know that it's not too late to shift your relationship with money. Start by observing how often your mood or self-worth is affected by money matters, and gently remind yourself, this does not define me. Practice gratitude daily, not just for what you have, but for who you are becoming. Use money, don't let it use you. And as you continue to grow, build and succeed, keep your heart grounded and your spirit light. This balance, the ability to move through the mud of life without being stained by it, is where true wealth begins. And there you have it, the 6 lucky numbers most likely to align with abundance and insight. This coming Sunday, April 27th, 2025. Whether these numbers guide you toward a winning ticket or simply offer a moment of reflection, remember, true luck begins within. The path to prosperity isn't only about external success, but about inner alignment with our values, our intentions, and the energy we carry into each day. If today's video sparked something in you, a new perspective, a little hope, or even just a smile, I invite you to support our growing community by liking this video, sharing it with someone who might need a bit of inspiration, and subscribing to the Journey of Wisdom. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next video, where we dive even deeper into the teachings that uplift both spirit and life. Until next time, may your steps be steady, your heart be light, and your journey be filled with wisdom. Peace and blessings.